Hey, sweet soul, welcome back to Conscious Lifestyle Coaching. My name is Raileigh Easterling. Today, I want to talk about honoring the truth versus performing what you think you need to do to be professional or to be kind, even. And I'm reflecting on my travels yesterday, just trying to get lunch at a very popular chain, Chipotle. I haven't had Chipotle in forever, and the reason why I like Chipotle is because when I was vegan, it was the fastest, most reasonable option for me, especially during college. So I go into the Chipotle and I go to make my little bowl, and there's no fajita vegetables. And I ask politely and calmly if there were any more on the way soon. And the woman behind the counter says that they'll be ready in a few minutes. And I said, that's fine. I don't mind waiting. Actually, have to use the restroom. Me being very pregnant. Um, so, yeah, that's fine. But then her energy shifted just like that. And she threw the food against the wall, which I think she was trying to aim for the trash can, but I didn't understand why she had to even throw the food away. I would not have wanted that at all. I hate wasting food. And then she says, well, there's only three of us. And then starts to abruptly and, you know, walk back into the kitchen, giving me an attitude and a scoff. And me being a very nonviolent person, I didn't appreciate throwing the food against the wall and her attitude. So I said, you know what, it's fine. I'm just not going to eat here. I'm actually going to go next door and try the other chain restaurant, Kava, which I've been wanting to try for a while. And yeah, it was a great decision. I actually enjoyed it and was pretty on par with Chipotle. But I'm sharing this story just to share just an understanding of the energy right now. If we're all feeling overworked and hot, there's a heat wave, national heat wave happening across the globe. Just watching the news, people are starving, and there's just so much turmoil happening, and we all feel again that overworked feeling, the feeling of injustice. But reflecting, could I have been more aware? And the thing is, all I would want in that situation is for that woman to communicate what she honestly felt in the beginning, not what she thought she had to say or to do. If she said, yes, the fajitas veggies are available, but I honestly don't want to make them right now, I would have appreciated that, because my understanding is, oh, you're already going to make them. There's no one else really here. I'm someone who's patient enough to wait and take as much time as you need, thinking I'm offering compassion and assistance in that way. When in reality, she didn't want to cook them at all. But I didn't know that until she had her fit. Looking back on the larger picture, you could tell someone like that. Honestly, I could tell all the employees there didn't really want to be there. They don't want to work there. They're not enjoying it. That's understandable. You know, I didn't spend very long working in the service industry because, you know, I don't hold my tongue either. I think the last time I ever worked in a store, for example, someone threatened to kill me because of how I was packing their groceries. And I told the customer that he could pack his own groceries. And my manager at the time told me I was wrong, and that the customer reported me, and that he told me I shouldn't have said that. But I still believe I was very calm and kind in that moment, even though I was asserting that I'm not going to tolerate this type of verbal violence or potential violence. I don't feel safe in this situation. I'm going to leave. It doesn't matter. that I work for a company and that wants me to just smile on your face. So, what I believe happened for this woman and what may be happening for a lot of us is the need to provide that customer service with a smile on our face and just, again, submit ourselves to what we think we need to do, which is something I talk about a lot. Our responsibilities to pay our bills, take care of our family at the cost of our mental suffering or physical suffering. That's just the baseline. That's the foundations of the world. And so we cause ourselves to live in these prisons that we don't have to be in. And I think I think the woman manifested that situation with me because I just said, I'm not going to tolerate this moment. I'm going to take myself somewhere else. And it ended up just fine. I pray open the door for her to just get a new job somewhere else that she would enjoy. Also, someone who doesn't vomit back that violence that she was feeling. Just okay. You're overworked, you're busy, so I'm going to leave. And you also have that same option. It was funny because I did end up going to another Chipotle later, and they also didn't have the fajita veggies. And I was fine with it. Obviously, I wanted what I wanted. Very pregnant, so the cravings, man, are ridiculous. But the person behind the counter there was able to communicate with me very calmly, and it was fine. I just accepted no veggies for today. And I think that's what the universe is telling me too is, you know, just be more slow and intentional with things and not trying to rush how I grow. So I was very intentional with promoting the programs that are coming up with the seminar and the coaching program. They're very basic, very baseline, and a lot of people may have already been moving through or are really ready to act. And so, if that's you, of course, I'm available as a support whenever you're ready. I do help people build businesses, I help launch projects, I help create events, I help campaign with writing, whatever you need. I'm not always that direct help, but yeah, God spoke to me just to be a little bit more patient with you all. Because again, I'm not hosting these programs for money. I'm not even getting on here every day for money. This is my soul calling and soul mission. And I'm being refined and hopefully just letting you all know that these offerings are available. And from a business perspective, I'm gearing up to get into the vibration, that creative flow of all the offerings that are to come, not just next month, not just in a few months, but for the next decade and more. For the rest of my life, I will be providing teaching spaces, retreats, conferences, speaking, and all that stuff, and writing books. And there's no rush to that. So, yeah, I spoke with someone today that reminded me of that, of growing a forest. It takes time, and that's the energy we're moving into, the discipline to grow a forest. And so if you feel that weight, that fire burning within you, just remind yourself that it is safe to honor the truth. I wish I could have had a longer conversation with that woman to offer her the compassion that she needed. I think she just needed to be alone, and she manifested that, and I offered it. But what are the ways in which you can offer yourself compassion at this time? Whether you are working in the customer service industry or you are a decades long business professional, let us not get caught in giving too much or sacrificing, again, our mental and physical health to meet an end. For what? What the divine wants us to do, first and foremost, is to honor love, including ourselves. When we include ourselves, that's when we can provide more spaces for other people to feel that love and safety. And that's ultimately the world we want to live in. So don't neglect and don't bypass those little moments each day where we lie to our husband, our wife, our friends, and say, oh, it's fine, I'm fine, and it's not. Because it cascades, it escalates. Eventually, we blow up, and that is the energy right now. We're in Leo season. So remain loyal to your own needs. Be honest with those needs. That creates more space and freedom for everyone else to be honest too. And that's how we meet each other's needs. So that's just a reminder to honor the truth, what you're thinking, what you're feeling inside of you. Truth is very much a hot topic right now as people in leadership and authority and politics, they're under the lights right now. Truth is being illuminated. But we're not separate from all that. So there is things that we hide within ourselves that we are afraid to unleash. I personally am afraid to ask you all to work with me, to buy my books. And I think, oh, if I avoid it, if I run from it, then I'll keep the peace and more people will watch me and feel safe in my energy. But I don't want to build up that resentment or anger. So I'm going to continue to ask. If you need me, my offerings are available: the books, the coaching programs, the seminars, the one on ones, retreats, hopefully 2026. So don't be afraid to ask for what you need as well. And I always offer sliding scale. And there's just so much content I need to provide to you for free every day, no matter what. So take your time, honor your needs, let me honor mine, and let's provide other people as well this same self love. So, peace and love to you. I'll see you in the next video. You can always read about my upcoming offerings in the description box below. Please like these videos, comment an affirmation, a prayer just for yourself and other people, and feel free to send me an email if you have any questions. Peace and love. I'll see you soon.